When we were away, I had to go on 4 flights, and I wasn't looking forward to them, was I, Kai?
No.
I don't actually have a fear of crashing into a mountain or crashing into the ground or landing in the ocean or anything like that. I don't think about it. And sometimes when I fly, I'm okay. And sometimes when I fly, I'm not okay. And so as we started to take off on the first of 4 flights, I was hopeful that it was going to be one of those occasions where I was okay. And I wasn't. I was not feeling very confident. I had a little bit of anxiety. I started to, just as the pilot started to really rev up, and you know how they start going really fast across the ground just before it lifts off. You have all those thoughts of like, this is the time where the plane can just smash into the ground. When they take off or when they land, the times apparently when most accidents happen. Obviously, it's not when they're just cruising in the air. So I'm thinking all of these things. I'm wondering if this thing's going to take off, whether it's going to be a safe takeoff or whether we're going to perish on the ground. And I realised that at that time that for the pilot flying that fast along the ground, getting ready to take off, that he would be feeling joy in that moment, that he would be feeling the joy just like I feel when I ride my motorbike. So when I ride my motorbike, or you know, most people who ride motorbikes would know, or fast cars, when you accelerate, there's like this that's just like a really joyful occasion. It's like part of the excitement of riding a bike is that feeling of taking off fast. It's enjoyable. So I realized that the pilot most likely was feeling that at that time when we were taking off. So what I did was I actually pictured that the pilot was in a bubble, like a big bubble, like a detergent bubble right around his body, and that bubble was called joy. So I actually put myself inside the bubble of joy in the pilot, and I experienced the 4 flights inside the bubble of the joy of the pilot, and I had no issues at all.
And you should have seen it. I was sitting next to him and his face was all peaceful, like joyful even. Like he had his eyes closed and I've never seen you fly like that before.
I was even on the last flight when I was taking off, I had my arms out just going, yeah. Which I'm not allowed myself to do in the past. Yeah, so the bubble of joy, is it just like some sort of mental application that you apply? Is it a spiritual thing? Is it something that happens in the unseen realm, another dimension? Is it just a mental, trickery that gets your brain to function in a different space? What do you think?
I think it's a reality. I think it actually is that you are able to go into that place. It's like when you were talking about actually walking up the street in the being gratitude, where you're actually going into the being of gratitude, and it allows you to be able to function and see everything in the street, everything through these completely different eyes.
There's some quite outrageous comments, bald-headed eagle happening on the screen. Like you don't have any feelings. Lucky Bernie and the other people that used to sit at the bar got rid of all the feelings that I used to have.